はい、皆さんどうもこんにちは。
どうもこんにちは。
やってきました。
来ました。
MTV ロック検定 in フジロック公開収録。どうも VJ のブーです。
井上翔です。よろしくお願いします。
いやー、やってきましたね。またまた
来ちゃいましたね。
まあですね、というわけで今回は、ここ MTV& ガンバンブースからですね、特別公開収録を行います。さらにですね、ちょっと告知させていただきますと、10月5日にロック検定本当の本試験がありますのでね、ぜひ皆さん参加していただければなと思います。よろしくお願いします。はい、というわけでですね、皆さんほらもう行っちゃいますか。
行っちゃいますかね。もう素敵なゲストも来てることですし、ね、もう呼び込んじゃいますか。
そうですね、みんな来るからぜひ座ってないで立って盛り上がりましょうよ。一緒に
立っちゃいましょう
ね。メンバーたちみんな来るからさね。Coming for the fight! Woo! Woo!
Hello. Hi.
Please sit down.
Hello. Thank you.
はい、来ていただきましたね。
じゃあちょっとそろそろ早速ですがインタビューを始めようと思います。Welcome to Fuji Rock Festival. How did you guys like the show? How was it?
It was great. It's the first time we've been here, and it's like beautiful surroundings, you know, and a really fantastic vibe. The crowd are great. Everyone's really chilled out and happy, and yeah, really, really good, really good.
Can you guys tell us a little bit about the roots of your music? Like, where does it come from, and like, how did you originate your own unique sound and everything?
The roots of our music sort of come from, well, all over the place really. We were just in a little town which is like a suburb of London, and there's not a lot going on there, and we'd sit there and because there wasn't much happening, you know, we'd sit there and listen to our favourite records, you know, and that would be anything. We weren't sitting there we'd caught up in one scene. We'd be listening to dub, reggae, house, soul music, rock, punk, you know, and that's kind of where our sound came from. The fact that there wasn't kind of one particular sound. We'd enjoy everything, you know. We'd sit there and we'd put like Nirvana on, and then I don't know, put on like the Supremes, and then, you know, like next to Joe Smooth and some old house track, you know, whatever we felt like we'd put on, and it was all mixed together, you know, all different stuff. And that's what we've always liked doing, and everything we do is just mixing stuff up, and not. People always tell you, oh, you can't do that, and you shouldn't do this, and you shouldn't do that. Well, fuck that, you know. It's all about trying stuff out, because what's the worst that can happen? It goes wrong, well, you start again, you try again.
It's basically a blend of everything. Yeah, I see.
好きなアーティスト、影響を受けたアーティストって誰なんだ。
Any bands you like in particular, or like any musicians that you were influenced by?
All sorts, you know. We could sit there and, you know, we got our name. The name Hardfire is a term from Lee Scratch Perry, as a reggae kind of producer and occasional artist. You know, obviously bands like the Clash, because they mix things up as well with reggae and punk and that kind of stuff. And the Stones, Specials. You know, Ian Brown. We saw him on the Plains playing today. You know, I've always been really impressed about how he's always, when his solo albums just come out, always making good music that doesn't necessarily fit in with what's going on. He just makes great music for himself. You know, I love a lot of soul music. So you know, obviously the different. You could say like the. Are you all right? You know, a lot of getting a bit hot. A lot of 60s soul. It's hard to name sort of one person. You know, always big into New Order.
I just think music's such a diverse thing, and we like to listen to all of it rather than be narrow-minded about what we want to sound like or what we want to listen to. You know, we've been brought up listening to all sorts of different things, and I think that comes across in what we do, and hopefully it always will do.
What I mean, just thinking of like kind of fairly recent artists, you know, what Damon Albarn does with, like, you know, with Gorillaz and you know, Primal Scream as well. You know, Screamadelica was a big album for us. So
like basically like just music in. Not like any genre or anything, but just like listen to everything that's that good. You know?
If it moves you, if it feels good, you put it on and you're like, yeah, you know, you could sit there and, you know, as long as that's the effect it gives you, I don't think it matters, you know, whether it's a rock band, whether it's an R&B act, or whether it's, you know, like some kind of deep roots reggae, you know, as long as it touches you somehow, then it shouldn't matter, you know. I know some people don't like to break out of their, you know, thing, but...
Nice. Any bands you recommend in London? Besides yourself?
It's difficult, you know, because there's so many bands at the minute. I'd recommend us, for starters, you know, because you don't get much better than that. I don't know, man. It's really difficult. When you live in London, you're saturated with so much different music. It's really hard to pick out something at the minute that stands out, you know. I don't know.
I quite liked Friendly Fire. Had Friendly Fire. They had some kind of sort of Joe Smooth house thing going on, which I kind of liked. And there's another band who are from Staines actually, but Father of the Bride. They're new, very new. And another band whose name I've totally forgotten. I've totally forgotten their name, but they're great. So hunt them down. Circuits.
Huh?
That's what they're called, circuits.
Oh, circuit?
Circuits.
Okay, circuit. Circuit.
As in electrical circuits.
らしいです。よかったですね。検索しなくても大丈夫です。
大丈夫です。